Hello? Hello, hello? Just let me get the links out and we can start. Sorry if my breathing is annoying, but when I get tired, my breathing gets really deep and loud. So if it's some good ASMR, we'll start in a few minutes. So we already have a person in the chat. Sorry, it's been a while. It's just I'm lazy and I have personal stuff trying to get trying to get work and getting my grad school stuff out, which is going well. It's not nearly as hard a process as I thought it would be. Just had to send out an email today or yesterday asking some professors for letters of recommendation, which they're going to give. But yeah. One more. Okay. Alright. I'll wait a couple more minutes. I know I'm not that popular. Sorry. Just let me refresh the page. Alright. Alright, so we are playing Mass Effect again. Last time we left our hero, Corporal Shepard. Whatever, Fritz Shepard, I guess. Let's start. I'm still... I guess I didn't think Mass Effect, which came out in 2007, was going to be this bad with interfacing with a new PC, but I literally, in order for it to be able to stream, I have to have it windowed, and it only takes up about half of the screen. Oh well. But yeah, game actually looks pretty good. I've seen worse modern games. Sorry, it's been so long. Let me get the just have to... Okay, I forgot I can just use... For some reason I thought I was going to be using the controller. Sorry, I'm very tired, even though I just woke up a couple hours ago. Alright, just let me turn it down on my end. Okay, so, I guess for what I've been doing, now I am a Spectre, which is like Spec Ops for the Galactic Coalition of Super Friends, and we are going to hunt down some, Surian asshole. Or wait, we can check the lore. Where is... Oh, Codex. Where is the... alien races? Alright. They are the
second
Turians.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the...
Okay, there's an evil asshole Turian that is working to try and resurrect the Geth or something to... What? Oh, wait, I can just check what we're doing now. He's connected with the Geth. As a reward, I've been given counsel, and I have to track him down. Alright. Now, let's see, how do... Speak to the ambassador. The ambassador will provide me with a... Alright. Accessible through the CSEC. Alright. Let's go to... And so far, I think I'm going to... The far more important question, or mission, is I'm going to waifu her, because she is a humanity first human. She's pretty attractive. She had red hair, she'd be a shoo-in, but I can deal with this. I ain't dating... Well, unlike the Asari lady, she actually has hair, so that's good. Alright, so we gotta go to CSEC. Sorry, I just gotta fix mind controls again. Feel free to spam and put whatever you want in the chat, because I'd like to be able to interact with the few people watching. I know it'll take a while to get the numbers back up. Thing is, I'm not that... What? How do I get out of... Oh. Just need to check what the controls are. How do I sprint? Shift, okay.
I hope he's okay. I'm on a break. Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
Oh, he looks sad.
Maybe I can help.
Well, maybe you can. You're a soldier, right? You ever head out to the Traverse?
The Traverse is a rough place. We're out there quite a bit.
My brother's the captain of a ship called the Majesty. It was crossing the Traverse a few days ago when it disappeared. Just dropped right off the grid. That usually means one of two things. They had massive mechanical failure, or they were attacked.
Any idea why someone would attack them?
Privateers, slavers, mercs looking for an easy score. There's a lot of nasty sorts out in the Traverse.
We'll purge
I won't
them
give
all.
up on my brother. Not yet. I've got the coordinates for the last transmission from his vessel.
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's just a small trading vessel, only a handful of crew. But he kept it in good condition. I don't think mechanical failure is too likely. But they don't
Can you guys
have
hear
any
the
real
game
weapons
okay?
or shields.
Or at least someone
anyone
post
did
something
come
in the
after
chat.
The Majesty'd be a sitting duck.
What's in this for me?
I think I'm
can't
going to
afford
be
pay you
Renegade.
anything. If I had that kind of cash, I'd have hired a recovery team to track him down already. Maybe you could look into this as a personal favor, you know? We humans have to stick together.
Yeah, okay. You're speaking my language, fellow Yang Gang.
Give me the coordinates.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you find them.
No, I'd much rather do this today. Do as much... I don't really feel like doing much combat today. I just want to be able to talk to people and, you know, explore. Oh, thank goodness we don't have limited ammo. Okay. Let's go check the map. Sorry. Don't worry, I don't have coronavirus. At least not yet. Oh, I forgot the game has elevator music. That's great. Let's talk to our waifu. Hello?
So Garrus, any regrets about leaving C-Sec?
Fighting a rogue Spectre with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way? I'd say that beats C-Sec.
True enough. I'd rather be fighting than trusted to somebody else.
We look kind of like a monkey. Though, given we are primates, it's not the worst uncanny valley to look like. What would alien music sound like? Would they have the same, or they even have the same concept of, like, melody, harmony, and, you know, some form of aesthetic? Or would it just completely sound, like, could there be, like, because they have AI that can produce, like, okay music. But I think given that there's no actual human making it, how do you even, you know, describe, how can you even critique AI created music? But I think encountering an alien race would be interesting, just to see, like, is there a chance that there are even, you know, aspects about them that we can comprehend or they can comprehend about us? Or is it going to be like in Flatland, where there's aspects about the third dimension or fourth dimension that people of lesser dimensions just can't even conceive of? Like, if you lived in a two-dimensional world, you couldn't conceive of the idea of depth. Just like we can't conceive of a fourth dimension in space because we can't like try and think of another direction you can go. You can go inwards, outwards, upwards, downwards, or left, you know, or sideways. You can't go in any other direction unless it's a combination of the three. That's if you're going in a diagonal direction.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism.
Oh, I already
Terminal
talked
2.
to you. Shut up.
You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. For your convenience, this terminal is programmed with information on the tower, the relay monument, and the keepers.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina.
I take back that this game still looks really good. Well, it's always something I've learned is that good art direction can really help future-proof a game and do almost as much, if not more, than you know, better textures. But I mean, this looks like it's a bug. Like, look at this. This looks like something from like the N64 era. But like, then you look at these trees from the distance and this looks great.
Art doesn't normally do much for me, but that relay statue, I like.
Well, you have bad taste then, Ashley. Maybe they were going for retro style. Maybe they have the N64 in this universe. Alright, a few more people have joined. How is everyone doing? I'm just trying to get my bearings again and remember where on earth I'm trying to go. Where is C-Sec, I think? Yeah, we have to go to C-Sec. Who on earth would want to live in a mega city anyway? Like, jeez, that sounds like miserable. Like, suicide rates in massive cities are way higher than they are outside. Especially if you live near, say,
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
I hope this is where we're going. So how's everyone's Lent going? I'm doing fine without drinking, though it's still new to me that, oh wait, you can have what you gave up for Lent on Sunday, so. It's just more like switching the date that I have my kind of relaxed, eat whatever I want day, because I'm trying to diet of... It used to just be Fridays, but now, obviously... Okay, I think this is the guy I have to talk to. We made it.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
This isn't right. The Normandy belongs to you.
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
Oh, you didn't miss anything, Rex. We just started.
They were considering me for the Spectres.
I think what I think you did miss is I'm gonna try and just go full renegade. I want to play as evil. I want to play as like I don't care. I'm doing this for myself. What can the galaxy do for me?
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Spectre, but I blew it? I failed, Commander. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
Saren's not going to get away this time.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The Conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the Conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
Shut up.
But if they do exist, the Conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the Conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
Anything else?
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording.
Troy from Star Trek:
She has a
The
daughter,
Next
a
Generation?
scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Nathan Drake is there. Alright, I'll start there. Where should we go? Eeny, meeny... Well, it's the Renegade option. I'm going to choose it at random. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a N-word by the toe.
Maybe I can get to Noveria before the Geth.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now.
Sorry for saying the N-word.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll take care of Saren. You take care of the political fallout.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre.
Wait, Shepard is a human?
To get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
You're an ambassador. This is your job. Also, this is the fate of the galaxy we're talking about. Come on. Alright, let's mince on over to the ship. Or is there anything else we can talk to Captain Anderson about?
Yes, Commander?
Are you okay?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing. But you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
What can you tell me about Noveria?
Noveria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Noveria respects. But they aren't popular.
I want to know the truth about you and Saren. I want to know about the mission you were on together all those years ago.
We had intel on a rogue scientist.
I really like this uniform. It looks kind of both traditional and super futuristic at the same time.
AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted us involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
Oh, and Rex, if you're there, can you tell me if the sound is okay? If you can hear me in the game, fine, because I can change them. Because I looked at the first stream I did of this, and I was fine, but the game was way too quiet. But I wasn't that worried about it because, you know... Okay, so you can hear both me and the game at the same time? Because that's what having full subtitles is for.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Okay, thanks.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
Sorry, 1 second. Alright. I'm not really paying attention. Shepard's eyes are like mine, just kind of glazed over.
He was smart. You needed a diversion.
This went way beyond a simple diversion, Commander. The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere.
Metal.
Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby.
Ow.
Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians.
Alright, that's
Saren
not that
didn't
metal.
care. The target was eliminated. Mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
But yeah, I like the look of the uniform. It's minimalistic, but it's not... I really don't like the uniforms in Star Trek, because... Well, that's what they're going for, is super minimalism. That, like, literally the only thing that... you just have the bright colors to identify you, and you have the, and you have the little pins on your lapel to show what rank you are. And I think that it's that uncreative. They just care about pure efficiency. They do look kind of comfy.
Captain Anderson survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
I want someone to tell me what to
got
do.
Screwed, but it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Alright.
Listen up, Normandy.
This is your commander speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. And I refuse to let anything get in the way of that mission.
The Council wants to ignore this.
That's no surprise. They've never helped us in the past.
This is cool, I like this.
No reason they'd start now. But we don't need their help.
Yeah!
We can do this on our own.
None of the other species has the guts, grit, or balls to deal with this.
Yeah!
So it's up to us. We're the only ones who can stop Saren. I swear to you all, we will stop him.
Meanwhile, there's other aliens on the ship.
Captain would be proud.
He doesn't matter anymore.
The captain's not here. I'm in charge now, Joker, and time's wasting. Get
Yeah!
this thing in the air.
Yes, sir.
You can choose your own motivational speech. That's awesome. Let's get like the music pumping. That's great. Still, this walk animation is so stupid. Alright. Let's go. Galaxy map open. How? They're they're the Japanese of our Aryan race. Alright, navigator. Interact. Why won't it let me talk? Is there something wrong with my, Yeah, let's interact. Hold on. Does my keyboard need new batteries? I do have to say, switching over to a wireless mouse and keyboard really fixes things. All right, this is not working. Can I talk to somebody else? Is something wrong? Oh boy.
Commander.
Alright, it's not that.
Something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Oh no, he's got the coronavirus.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow. Too much force and they'll shatter.
Oh, so you
Even
can
with crutches
fly.
and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack. It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Let's be super rude.
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures. Hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful.
Head's rolling around all funny.
I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
Okay, this is actually good character development, because I thought he's just some throwaway, but no. I mean, it's a little melodramatic. Oh, I've got a disease, but this is good. Let's get him a piss bottle because, yeah. Also, they don't have full limb transplants yet we can do this.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Yeah, it's weird. I can't talk to this guy. I want to talk to him. Alright, whatever. Yeah, you salute me, buddy. Now I'm just curious what I'm supposed to do now. Okay, we can change. Oh, this is where the squad is. Okay. Ooh. Big car. It's like there a glitch or something or is there a bug where I can't? Because I think I'm supposed to go to the galactic map and then, but it's not letting me. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Do I have to stand at a specific place? What am I doing? Oh! Yeah, okay, I have to stand in a specific spot. There we go. Alright, thank you. Supposedly constructed by the long extinct Protheans, this colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citadel Council. Gravity is simulated through rotation and is a comfortable 1.02 standard G's on the wards and a light 0.3 on the Presidium ring. Population 13.2 million. Diameter, okay. Oh, boy. Okay, where are we supposed to go now? Window? A widow. Aha! Oh, this is big. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go to... Where's Earth, anyway? This is actually really cool. I didn't know it would be this far away, but I guess if you have FTL travel, it's fine. Okay. It's a little awkward, but I kind of like this. I think that's my general thoughts of the game so far. Is it's a little awkward, but I am enjoying it. All right, into the warp for the Emperor. I like that form of FTL travel, where there's basically a giant space gun that shoots you into it. So we can just... Oh, wow, that's cool. That's awesome. They have, like, this is reminding me somewhat of Stellaris of all things. Like, you can investigate each of these planets that don't really do anything. Svarog is a small, but typical hydrogen and helium gas giant whose orbit lies quite close to the star. It's unusual for a star with a close orbiting giant to have a gas giant to have a habitable world. Svarog is packed as the only gas giant, but its temperature, powerful winds, and high orbital velocity make it a poor candidate for helium-3 mining. While Novaria enjoys plentiful deuterium for its fusion plants, it imports all of its H3 from out system. Orbital period 1/5 of an Earth year. Sorry if I find space exploration interesting. Valles. Oh, we can survey. This is like Stellaris. What do you know? What does that do? Matriarch's writings. Oh, okay. Scans of the planet Valles revealed a small abandoned vessel. Your salvage team brought the ship aboard and dismantled it, where they discovered one of Matriarch Dilinaga's writings. Alright, I was not expecting this. This is interesting. Oh, we can't explore that. Okay, you can only survey certain planets. Okay. Well, it's a gas giant, so... Morana is an icy planetoid smaller than the moon. Menes is an ice dwarf which migrated inwards after with some body caused Sorry, I'm not gonna read every single one of them, but Noveria is a small frozen terrestrial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It is privately chartered by the Noveria Dev Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial be performed elsewhere. Given Noveria's unique situation, it's the source of many wild conspiracy theories. Alex Jones lives here. Yet it's colder, yet it's substantially closer to the sun, and has a much longer day. I mean, 24-hour period. Alright, let's land. Whee!
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Alright, we'll play for a couple hours today. I know I keep saying this every time, but I really want to try and stream more than once a week. Let's take the comm link. Oh, we're just getting experience. Alright. Can we talk to the navigator now? Alright, cool.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
You doubt my decisions?
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop it. We don't need their help.
This is bigger than humanity. Saren's a threat to every species in the galaxy, and I'll welcome anyone who wants to help me bring him down.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's get out of here. How do we get off of the ship? We need to install elevator music on our ship. This is a priority. I know you can't do it, but that'd be cool. Alright,
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
I gotta go.
Commander.
Music's good too. I think, even though I've only been awake for a few hours today, I might just want to go to bed after this.
Commander, you know that Quarian, Tali? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for Tali, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone
I love this kind of hard sci-fi aspect.
Can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space.
Yeah.
Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up to FTL
also doesn't really
blue
matter.
shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest.
You know, I'm getting a
vessel ever
feeling the
designed.
Normandy is a good
She's the
ship.
only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Now, I know Talia... Autocrat told me that, Talia is best girl, but for the next game.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand
That's
why
what
you
she
humans
said.
have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
You're into ships?
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
You know, I just don't want... I'm not looking forward to the combat, because this... Not only because it's, I don't think combat's very fun, but... This is way better. I just want to do this. I'm getting really into, exploring this universe, and I like these characters. It's interesting. Really interesting.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, We have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
There's no such thing as civil liberty. There's only duty and dignity.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it will strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births.
Why don't you just allow mass immigration?
In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births.
But that's racist.
Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
So this is a little like the Eldar from 40K, in that they're a very low population race that has to exist in sort of a migrant fleet. Of course, the Eldar, it's more because they became so absolutely degenerate that they literally gave birth to a chaos god. And this is they made some weird alien fodder that drove them off the planet.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform
And this is
more
like what happened to
varied and
humanity in
complex
40K.
tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
And this is like it is in 40K too. I'm not saying this stole from 40K. I don't have a problem with this, that it's similar, but it's interesting to point out the similarities.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
I don't get it. No, I think we get it. I actually understood that.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to
Sorry
help
about
us on our
talking a
journey.
lot. I just want to read
We
this.
also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
What else do you want to talk about? I want to talk about why I want to leave. Oh. Yeah, I want my helmet on. Oh, we're not outside yet. Let's talk to our waifu. Oh, speaking of Fallout, yeah, Rex, I've just been playing way too much Fallout 4. I really like the Fallout universe. I really like it. I did not play Fallout 76, thank goodness, but yeah, I really love it. Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games. I'm siding with the Brotherhood this time. We're purging. They're the most debased faction. One of the criticisms I would have, there's a lot to criticize of Fallout 4, don't get me wrong, even though I really like the game. Getting power armor sets is too easy. Problem is, I want to go back and play Fallout New Vegas again, but, like, it's not just the visuals. I think I could get past the visuals of Fallout New Vegas moving from Fallout 4, which is a generally pretty good-looking game. But the combat sucks in Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and it's actually quite decent in 4. Also, I love the crafting system of actually needing materials that have an actual point.
So this is what working with the Spectre is like.
You think you've got us Spectres figured out?
Well, no, but I know.
I just got the job!
Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At C-Sec, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But C-Sec wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
I think Bethesda games didn't really get what the original setting was. Yeah, that's... I don't know. I might disagree. I like a lot of what they've been doing with the world in Fallout 4. Like, it actually shows America was kind of sucked right before... Like, the war was almost a blessing because American society was at virtual collapse and, like, RoboCop levels of, like, corporate immorality, because you're in Nuka World, which is one of the big DLCs where Nuka-Cola made their own giant theme park, right? And in the safari area, or in the zoo area, they basically had lists of, like, what to do in the case of, you know, a visitor gets bit. And instead of, like, emergency services, you have to make sure that they have enough money, and you have to bill them all the health bill, and have them sign a waiver before you actually help them. And if they don't have enough money, then you just have to toss them out to security. Also, just like how evil Vault-Tec is much more expanded upon, and it's like it's kind of worse than, say, like Umbrella Corporation than the Resident Evil games, or like Omnicore in RoboCop, where they just kind of ooze evil, whereas Vault-Tec is very insidious about the fact that they're doing really bad things. Not just because, oh, they have like the nice cute like Pip-Boy mascot or Vault-Boy mascot, but like, and you know, the nice bright blue and yellow coloring, but like also they basically said, hey, we're trying to preserve and save humanity. We're just gonna experiment on all of them and probably end up with most of the people that sought shelter dead.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. C-Sec's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, Garrus is a bro. I think everybody liked Garrus.
See how things are done outside C-Sec.
They copy too much stuff from the 50s when it doesn't really make sense, but that's what the original setting was. But I really love the I love the retrofuturism. I think that's its biggest strength, is the world that's fascinating, that like America just had this stagnant culture of the 50s for so long. I love that it's a cool way of explaining why you have just DOS terminals, but you also have, you know, hyper advanced robots. The biggest problem is that it's not, well, it's the same problem I have with the Metro games, wherein like the world looks better than it would. The world is simultaneously better off and worse off than what would really happen in a nuclear apocalypse. Because first off, 200 years later, not only does DC look, and Boston and Vegas still look fine, like still look recognizable, even though they've been hit by nuclear weapons, like everything should just be completely flattened. And also 200 years later, the buildings should have all collapsed. But it's also worse off because nuclear fallout should have been gone at this point, and like there should be some non-irradiated animals. I'm sorry, let's get back to the game.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
Alright, I want to... how do we get out of the ship? Let's talk to the waifu first.
Commander?
Can we waifu her now?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
Hell yeah!
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away.
Aww.
I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Ooh.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
They died, you lived. That happens in this job.
Yes, Commander. Believe me, I understand that. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
We're gonna be nice to our waifu.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Sir. Alright, how do we get off of the ship? Because I would like to do that. That wasn't really the original setting, it was more what if the 50s, the future of the 50s imagined happened, then died in the Holocaust, or nuclear Holocaust, not what if the 50s never ended. Is there really a difference in it though? Because in the period between, say, like the 70s and like the early 21st century, like, you don't really, there's not that much that we learn about what that period was like.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Sorry, I'm just... Do I need the elevator? I've been playing games since I was 5. I can't find a simple way to get off the damn ship unless Rex tells me. Oh, this is our quarters. I want to leave. Oh, I think you do it by the exit next to Joe. Okay, thank you. If my camera work in the game is giving anybody some stomach ache, I sincerely apologize. Now, what are all these people doing? Like, are they all pilots? Are they all, or is this all just ship systems? Just all right. Aha. Oh yeah, Kaidan exists. Who cares? Let's take Tali with us.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
We got our honeys
Log.
with us.
The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
I could go for some combat again. It's been a while since I shot something.
That's far enough.
Humans! Step aside.
I'm on important business.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
No.
All you need to know is I have more credentials than you.
They plan to be trouble, man.
I can't let you enter the port area without confirmation of your identity. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Back away, nice and slow.
Nobody takes my weapon.
Yeah.
Charge and lock.
We're authorized to use lethal force. You have to the count of 3 to surrender your weapons. 1, 2, 3.
Captain Matsuo, stand down.
Aww.
We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
We had to show dominance.
Behave yourself.
The appeal of winter wears thin very quickly.
Yeah, I don't like winter. I'm glad spring is coming. Oh, this guy looks relaxed. I didn't know there'd be humans here. Okay.
Weapons detectors. Don't mind the alarms. I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Analeas. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
Someone pissed in your security chief's coffee today?
She takes her job seriously. She is a valuable
Now I
asset
kind of
to
feel
the
bad. I
company.
don't like being
One
this
of my
evil.
duties is
I'd rather
orientation
be
of new
lawful
arrivals. Do you
evil
have any
than
questions?
just an asshole.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Yeah, that
Unusual?
narrows it down,
The
Shepard.
sorry matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Venezia.
Saren's second in command. She's here?
She's a threat to galactic peace. I'm here to bring her in or put her down.
The board doesn't like having outside problems dumped in its lap, Commander. Venezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Good. Give us directions and we'll be on our way.
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The Executive Board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
Is this privacy intended to hide illegal research?
This planet is beyond the jurisdiction of the Citadel. The law is what the Executive Board says it is. Do you know how valuable this planet is? How many advances in genetics and artificial intelligence got their start here?
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
Alright. To finish off the point I was making, in Fallout 1, people didn't dress and act like they were trying to imitate the 50s decade after the bombs. Well, the world had moved on. Well, that's kind of one of the themes in the... That's the theme of the DLC in Old World Blues is... that's a theme I think they should explore more, is people's kind of inability to move on. Because you do have... you have plenty of factions that do this, like the Brotherhood of Steel, and you have like Caesar's Legion. His whole point was, you know, trying to recreate not the 50s, but something that was like a democratic America of like the 50s, or I guess the 2070s, but you know, Rome. And I guess the Bethesda's problem with theirs is that the world on the East Coast really hasn't moved on, unlike, you know, having rebuilt the NCR. Because it'd be, even though it probably wouldn't make for a very interesting game, it would be cool to see what does the NCR look like now, assuming the Legion didn't overrun Hoover Dam and kill them all.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for...
My thought for Fallout 5, I was thinking of where I'd want it set, would be...
And to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
But yeah, I would like it set in and around New Orleans. and be about again, kind of like New Vegas faction, the new factions that have arisen trying to take over or wrest control, like, and it's set a little later, and it's about, like, trade is now coming back, and the world has actually started moving on. And, like, you'd have, like, kind of, like, cool harlequins and, like, cool voodoo magic and stuff like that. It'd be great. Oh, these things!
This one offers greetings. You are the specter that visits Port Hanshan. Sure, whatever. This is a store, right?
Sure, whatever.
Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
Shepherd, use items. Alright, you know, I don't like having to micromanage all this, because the point of the this is the opposite of Fallout 4 while we're talking about it, where Fallout 4, the combat and the, like, crafting and, like, upping your damage and everything is all really fun, and but, like, the actual dialogue and RPG elements suck. It is often just absolute garbage. Whereas this is, I don't really care about the combat, and, like, I wish there was just, like, you just pick up better weapons and you don't have to choose, oh, this has somewhat better against this type of enemy. I don't care about any of that, but the characters and the actual story is really interesting. New Vegas is a sequel to what the Project Van Buren was going to be. I don't know, that would be interesting. Though, the thing is, there was a game I got, like, on a sale years ago called Underrail, not Undertale, but it's basically like, oh, we want to do Fallout again, and I hated it. And, like, I think most people that go back and try and play the original Fallout games, like, are probably not going to like it very much, because just, I don't know, the isometric, I'm not really into that unless it's like a, I don't like that type of isometric game, unless I think I might like Brotherhood Tactics, because, like, I like XCOM, I like Valkyria Chronicles, I like the tactical turn-based games. I don't like it when you're just one character. Like, I don't want to have to micromanage this. That's the last thing I want to do. Let's talk to business.
The managers warned us about you.
I'm on duty, Spectre. I shouldn't be talking to you.
Hey, I'm firing guns in your port. Are you not at all alarmed by this? Wow, the music is really fun. Though I watched Lord Mandalor's video on Adeptus on the 40K Mechanicus, and that seems right up my alley. It's a turn-based tactical game set in the Warhammer universe where you're playing as the Mechanicus, and you have to select your units, and you're basically raiding a Necron tomb, and I'm like, I need this game.
Access to the garage is restricted.
I'm on Citadel business. I need to leave the station.
If you want to enter the garage, you need authorization for Mr. Analeas. No exceptions. I'm sorry.
Spectre, right?
What?
What?
You're the Spectre that just got here, right?
Yeah.
You stand out. Probably the guns. I used to be a military tech. Except for Maiko's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15. Synthetics Insights was shut down by Anoleus, and a matriarch came through.
Do you know where that matriarch is now?
You looking for her? She took a shuttle to Peak 15 before we lost contact.
What sort of problems are there at Peak 15?
Don't know. There's a blizzard up there, but we've had those before. Never cut the satellite uplinks before. 15's always had a lousy reputation. Nobody talks about what they do there. And everyone sent up comes back a little quieter.
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Anoleus or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
Maybe you could let me borrow yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm, security tracks card use.
What do you do here?
I'm the chief mechanic for Hanshan. Just call me Lee. Humans have a problem saying my full name. Got a team of 12 under me, keeping the shuttles coming and going.
I have to go.
You need anything? I'll be here.
Well, he seems friendly enough. Yeah, I don't think we're going 3 hours. I think around 7 EST I'm going to bed. Sorry about that, but I'll try and do another stream this week. I'll be doing a stream with Settler's Lament tomorrow on the YouTube channel. Alright, we gotta go find the administrator. We didn't come this way, alright. I kinda wish her name wasn't Ashley Williams. It's not the most exciting science fiction name, but to be fair, if that's coming from an Anglo country where that's not that, those are fairly common names.
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Have we met? Alright, this is gonna be a weird question, but if you had to be attracted to like a weird alien skin color, what would it be? Would it be like blue, green, purple, pink?
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes
Dullstone,
you ideal
fuck
for
you.
my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think.
What do you mean I'm a
assume
known
you are here
quantity?
to
I just got
investigate his
here.
company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
Strange people skulking in corners have gotten me in trouble before.
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What's your interest in Binary Helix? They do genetics work.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Novaria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
This is illegal. Yeah, I'll do. We're doing Renegade, so let's do it. But I want to ask for money.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course.
Yeah.
I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
I want more.
Interesting plan. I'm in.
Excellent. Here's the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I've assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
All right. I wish the mini-map was bigger, because...
I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers.
Alright. Let's just say... Let's save the game. Hey, remember Kathy Rain? I don't.
Can I help you?
Mr. Vargas? Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Military. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
And sorry, no,
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Alliance contracted to Mars Gene for its enhancement programs.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation, I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand
Are you
of
trying to
DNA
make
is
Space
unique.
Marines?
Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in CG muscle degeneracy.
Why can't we ask? Eric?
Is it possible to deaden pain somehow?
What? Why, we could try to make the skin insensate, I suppose. Full body numbness, atrophy out all the nerve clusters. You'd still feel internal injuries.
Oh, well,
But
I
that's
don't have enough
dangerously
Paragon
close
or
to
Renegade
genetic
points.
engineering, Shepard. The laws only allow improvement of natural functions. We can't add or remove. I can get you those improvements for 30 credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package. Guaranteed 20/15 vision and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
Are you sure that's the best price you can offer?
Absolutely. That's the standard rate. Of course, if the government moves forward with this on an official level, there might be some additional discounts. I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business. There are many development projects on Noveria, some not entirely legal.
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas. Some days I shut down criminals, some days I defuse nukes. Some days I like to enjoy private vices. You understand me?
Do I have to do anything
I'm
when he
beginning
rubs his
to.
head, neck, or
It's
do I
obvious
just have to
you
keep
no
him talking?
knowledge of genetics, which makes it highly unlikely you were sent by the Alliance.
Are you calling me a liar, Mr. Vargas?
Let's make him mad.
All I know is that you're wasting my time.
Aww.
Good day, Commander.
All right, let's I'm gonna reload. I don't care. No. I think we just have. Oh, it says we have to push him on the topic. All right.
Can I help you?
Mr. Vargas? Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Military.
Sorry about that.
I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
It's customary to perform minor genetic upgrades upon enlistment. I've been assigned to see what BH has to offer.
It was my understanding that the Alliance contracted to Mars Gene for its enhancement programs.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation, I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the
How
odds,
do?
but
Oh,
every
the
strand
blue
of
and the
DNA
red
is unique.
is the Renegade.
Our
Okay,
patented
hold on.
techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response. 12%.
Okay, so the red thing is
and a
Renegade.
measurable
All right.
Decrease in CG muscle degeneracy.
I'm sorry, I have a call coming through. Would you excuse me a moment?
Sorry, this stupid subplot is way more important than saving the universe.
Can I help you?
Mr. Vargas? Commander Shepard, Systems
System
Alliance
military. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas.
Raphael,
Are you interested in our services?
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Alliance contracted to Mars Gene for its enhancement programs.
Mr. Vargas, I'm here to talk business with you. If you'd rather speculate on politics, I can visit another Gen Eng firm.
You have my full attention, Shepard. I'm merely getting a handle on my negotiating position. First,
damn straight.
No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response.
Do non-colored options also affect your Renegade or Paragon? Because I'm just trying to be as like mercenary and, you know, I'm in it for the money in myself. Okay, it does.
Is it possible to deaden pain somehow?
What? Why, we could try to make the skin insensate, I suppose. Full body numbness, atrophy out all the nerve clusters. You'd still feel internal injuries. But that's dangerously close to genetic engineering, Shepard. The laws only allow improvement of natural functions. We can't add or remove. I can get you those improvements for 30k credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package. Guaranteed 20/15 vision and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
I'll make sure that's in my report. The beam counters back at HQ can figure out the details. You know what I'm saying?
I'm beginning to. It's
Oh,
obvious you have
fuck.
no knowledge of genetics, which makes it highly unlikely you were sent by the Alliance.
Maybe I'm personally interested. Ever consider that?
Then you should go to a gene clinic somewhere. I handle corporate accounts
Damn
with
it.
millions of credits. Good day, Commander.
No, we're gonna keep doing this until it works. I don't care. You don't have to keep watching the stream.
Why would they have so many windows if all they see outside is snow?
I don't know, Ashley.
Mr. Vargas? Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Military.
I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Rafael
correct.
Vargas sales. Were you interested in our services?
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Alliance contracted to Mars.
This is
Gene
my
for its
penance for not playing the game for
Mr.
a while.
Vargas, I'm here to talk business with you. If you'd rather speculate on politics, I can visit another Gen Eng firm.
You have my full attention, Shepard. I'm merely
So I think
getting
we just have to
hands-on
keep
my
him
negotiating
busy
position.
then?
First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in CG muscle degeneracy.
Those aren't very large improvements. I suppose every little bit helps.
Shepard, this is a field in which improvements
Ah.
of 2% are dramatic enough to patent. I find it difficult to believe you would be sent to investigate this with such poor background knowledge. I can get you those improvements for 30k credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package. Guaranteed 20/15 vision and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
Are you sure that's the best price you can offer?
Absolutely. That's the standard rate. Of course, if the government moves forward with this on an official level, there might be some additional discounts. I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business. There are many development projects on Noveria, some not entirely legal.
Does Binary Helix have any less than above board projects? I'll keep my source confidential.
Certainly not. Our corporate reputation is sterling. I can assure you all of Binary Helix's operations on Noveria are strictly on the level.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vargas. That's a call I have to take. Thank you for your time.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward to hearing from
Alright, I think I think we did it. If not, I don't. Alright, I'm done.
What sort of Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers. They'd only write them down on thin strip.
Any results?
Your toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
More.
I could easily call Mr. Vargas and tell him what I just did.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750.
I think you meant 1,000.
Good day, Spectre.
Alright. How do you level up again? I forgot how to level up. Oh, here. Yeah, we're just doing pistols all the way. And full on charm. We are. Oh, we'll balance out our charm and intimidate. Oh, we don't have any for her. I don't care. Okay. Intimidate is renegade talk. Okay. But like getting to be good with the ladies, you know what I'm saying? How are we anyways? Yeah, we're starting to get more in renegade. Cool. Alrighty. That's enough for this. No, we'll go a little longer. No, alright. I will promise we are going to... What is that? Is that a landmine? Oh. Whoops. Alright, yeah, ours. Sorry, I'm adjusting from Fallout 4 combat.
It's me. I'm on Bavaria now. I can't talk long. This call is... I'm sorry. The hotel is off limits to those without a corporate account.
Alright, we gotta find this bloody, whatever her name is. Administrator. Oh, yeah, no. Where is the administrator? Where should we go? Let's check the journal. I wish there was just a... Now I keep remembering the Pip-Boy, but it's not Tap. It's, Yeah, I want to mark this as something I need to do. Is there like no way to mark it on your mini map of where you're supposed to go? Ugh. Old games. Who are you? Yeah, I promise I'll do another stream this week. Either Friday or Saturday might work. Let's just at least find whatever her name is. Areolus, whatever. This is something I don't like, is, like, it's really easy to get lost, and, like, there's, like, don't they have signs of where I'm supposed to go? I'm sure I'm being an idiot, but, the water falling. Like, Rex, do you have any idea where I'm supposed to go? We could just brute force our way through. Let's back up to where we were. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, music stopped. Spooky. All right. I don't hate the game. I'm just tired right now, and it's like I have to remember what I've. And I just don't. Well, I just don't like that. I don't know where I'm going. No, we're already here. I think. Is this where we're supposed to go? What's the map look like? Destination. Plot. Where's where we're going? I'm really sorry, but yeah, this is back where we were. All right. We'll end the stream once I find whoever the fuck we're supposed to, wherever the fuck they are. Sorry for this cussing. It's just. Ugh. Is it just me, or is it really hard to navigate where you're supposed to go in this game? Is this it? Well, we can just brute force our way and go absolutely everywhere. Oh, somebody had the... No, that's not it.
How can I help you?
Tell me where she is now.
How can I help you?
Oh. Awesome. That's...
I'd like to speak to Annaleus.
One moment, please.
Oh,
Mr.
thank
Annaleus.
God.
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Alright, sorry about
Right,
that.
fine, come in.
Alright, Leonidas, let's go talk to him. Oh, no, it's an alien. Which race are these people again? Oh, and thank you, Walkta, for showing up. Council
The
race.
Asari, the second species
I don't
to
want to
join the
listen to
Citadel.
this.
The Solarians are warm-blooded amphibians with a hyperactive metabolism. Solarians think fast, talk fast, and move fast. To Solarians, other species seem sluggish.
Solarians are known for their episode. Blah 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 blah.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
Watch your mouth, you bitch. Yeah, I'm back streaming. Sorry about the block. I want to try and do it more. I think I'm really going to try and do one Saturday to make up because I'm really sleepy today. I want to do a super long one.
Funny thing about humans, we're pretty loyal to our homeworld.
Humanity first. Humanity first.
My homeworld is clean. Poverty is non-existent. If you take some perverse pride in that overheated, acid-washed slum, that is your business.
Can we shoot him?
This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
And I represent the second guessing of galactic law.
Yeah!
Just so we understand each other, I will not allow you to harass our clients. This world is private property.
Well, I don't care about the NAP.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Benezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor.
His what?
Executor. Saren is a major shareholder in Binary Helix. Lady Benezia is authorized to act in his name. She is here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
This planet is Ancapasan. Oh boy.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons.
Just
screening.
like
Beyond
me.
That, it is not our concern.
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? And you didn't think that was weird?
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Let him be stubborn, Shepard. I'm sure someone else here is willing to help us.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
Oh, you already said this.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits.
Good, I'm going to waste as much time as I can.
Do you do business with Saren?
I believe I explained this already, did I not?
I didn't remember.
He's a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Novaria's backers.
Is there some problem on Peak 15?
An area of severe weather has cut off contact. Things will return to normal in a few days.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Fallout 4 at least would let you shoot the guy.
Mr. Ananias isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan.
Oh.
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
The hell I can't.
I can bludgeon pretty hard.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Ananias.
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
You said you talked to Lorik Keen?
Mr. Ananias isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. Keen spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
Tell me about the companies that work on Novaria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanis Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
Sounds like my kind of people, the Luddites and fundamentalists, I guess.
Haven't I seen Synthetic Insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Elanis also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
I hear there was an accident on Peak 15.
We're aware of the rumors. At the moment, contact with the facility is down due to weather. All employees should review their non-disclosure agreements and avoid irresponsible free talk.
So, everyone shut up and keep your heads down?
Loose lips sink third-quarter profits. You have a more blunt way of speaking than is common here, Commander.
What kind of weather cuts modern communication?
A blizzard is sweeping the Scotty Mountains right now. Between the cloud cover and heavy snow, the satellite uplinks are cut.
How does that work? I don't think that really matters in modern satellites, let alone, hundreds of years in the future.
What corporations work on Peak 15?
Binary Helix has leased the entire complex.
I've taken up enough of your time.
No, I
Not at
need
all,
more
Spectre.
of it.
This is my job, after all.
Is a sentient not entitled to the sweat of their glands? No, says the man of the Citadel. For Ancapistan, look at this looks like corrugated metal sheets. Oh, snow effects outside look nice. I love kind of minimalist space music, stuff you find in Stellaris and this and a bunch of other space games. So chill. Yeah, this doesn't have good... This is... look at... This is, bare concrete. Nobody would want to work in this environment. Oh, we were already here. Crap. The Citadel looks beautiful. I want to be there. The thing I'm interested is that I heard that this isn't all humanity is united as in a one world government. There's still the alliance is just it's an alliance of nations on Earth. Well, Rek, it's not about reusing assets. It's just that why use these assets? They look horrible. Well, I mean they would look good for an industrial factory setting. That's fine, but this is supposed to be look, it has nice fountains everywhere and gardens, but this looks industrial crates. I mean, it's a minor thing, but it's art direction really means a lot. The alliance is a planetary NATO basically, so okay, and I think that's cool. That'd be interesting to put in a science fiction story where you have this, but what if two nations in this sort of alliance go to war, and now the now Interstellar Alliance has to deal with that and kind of explain why there's to the other species why there's humans fighting each other.
Access to the garage is restricted.
Fine. I was just passing by.
Have a good day.
Where's the hotel? But yeah, again, ugh, I don't like walking through here. This is the best this super rich corporate controlled planet can offer. The actual design looks fine. It's just the textures they're using, but I'm not gonna harp on that anymore. But speaking of Stellaris, I am excited that, ooh, there's apparently another human faction? Okay, don't tell me anything about them. I want it surprised. But speaking of Stellaris, they finally dropped the release date for Federations, for the Federations update, and it's going to add, a galactic UN and really overhaul the Federation system, so you can be an authoritarian government and form your own, hegemonic, Federation, which sounds great. I think I want to do a long form critique of the Stellaris game, but I want to wait until the actual update hits and talk about that. Because I like Stellaris. It's probably my favorite of the Paradox games, just because you have all that freedom Like, you're not stuck of, oh, there's only so much you can do playing as Germany in Hearts of Iron. I was at the hotel earlier in the game. Like, ugh. I hate everything about this place. Wait until March 17th when the update comes out. Like, I'm buying it. I don't care if I have to wait for a sale. I'm not waiting for a sale. I want it now. I have no patience when it comes to Solaris. That's my big nerdy thing of like, ooh, they're updating the galactic diplomacy. Like, that, I'm the only person that finds that interesting. Ugh. Okay, plot is this way. Alright, yeah, here we go. Also, there's a seedy alien strip club on the giant government-held citadel, which is supposed to be like the most clean-cut place in the galaxy. Yet this place looks super drab and like almost puritanical. And this is a corporate-controlled Ancapistan.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you? Are you Lorik Keene? I've heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you
News
not?
travels fast, I guess.
What can old Turian like me possibly help you with?
Spectre? Me?
What makes you think I'm a Spectre?
Your picture has been sent to every employee. They've been warned that speaking to you is grounds for termination. Lorik Keene. For the moment, I am the manager of the Synthetic Insights Office.
Well, it's not New England Puritan. It's just like they have awful. I think it's autistic Ancapistan, which is, I know, redundant, but like there's not much creativity going on in the architecture. Well, not even that. Like, look behind me. They have like a meteor with like a light show ring going around it, but just like it's just the textures that don't make any sense of like corrugated, disgusting metal and like old concrete, like old rusting concrete.
Taking a 3-martini lunch?
You mean my loitering here? If only it were mere indolence. Mr. Analaeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analaeus' actions. His hired goons are ransacking.
It's so yeah, it is Soviet. It's like it is like if you had
your goal lies outside this
corporations, but
Mr.
they love Soviet architecture.
If you
well,
recover the evidence from my office,
it's like brutalist. It's horrible.
As well as a sum of credits.
But like it's not clean. It's not stark. It's just filthy.
You have a plan?
I do. However, there is one other... What is that charming human expression? Fly in the lotion? Violence against Mr. Analaeus' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Hanshan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
They are crooked.
If he's paying them under the table, they're mercenaries. I can kill mercenaries.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
Alright.
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention that.
No, I can't jump. I keep forgetting.
Full benefits, of course. Oh, sure. The company takes care of its own. Full insurance, maybe some housing. After a year, I'd start getting stock options.
I am glad I don't have to worry about ammo.
And the equator. Bounce packing, diving, accredited as a Eurofield.
Alright, just go to the Synthetic Insights. This leads... Does this lead to it? No, I don't think that's Synthetic Insights. I know this is supposed to be a sign, but it does not make it clear even the slightest. Oh, you could just hold down the... These aren't stairs? I did not know you could just hold down the fire button for the pistol. Alright, that's nice. That's the hotel. Like, I've been to all the places I need to go. Now I don't remember how to get there.
It's me. I'm on Navaria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits a minute. It's real time for the Traverse. Do you think it would be cheap? I need some information. There's an issue here with Synthetic Insights. The manager, Laura Keene.
Once we do another thing and we can leave, then we're ending the stream. I do love being over-leveled in, say, Fallout 4, though, when it's like, oh, how am I gonna specialize my character? Well, he's gonna be really good with pistols and rifles and with pistols and rifles and big guns and melee weapons and armor and talking to people. I do love using the Gauss rifle, which is a magnetic railgun that does so much damage. Alright, I think that's the elevator. Even the elevator has the like dirty texture on it. Why? If I ever want to make a video on this, it'll be much easier because, like, hopefully I'll remember where I'm going, because so much of this is just walking around completely lost because I'm not very smart. That's not where we're supposed to go. I know that. A lot of more humans on this planet than I thought there would be. That's the way up to the garage? No, wait. Yeah, here we go. Sci-fi seems to be prominently atheistic to me. It can depend. A lot of it can also be like fanatically spiritual. Like that Star Wars was profound. It did have a lot of, not profound. And I'm talking about the original Star Wars is a lot about.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
Was a lot about, you know, spirituality.
What'll you do if I don't?
You're the Spectre, right? Laura Keene is under investigation.
I have to remove... Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
I don't have time for this. Get the hell out of here or I'll start shooting.
You want to cause trouble?
own race. Oh dear.
Enemy is everywhere!
Enemy. Oh, I remember that sound effect. Enemy is everywhere. How do I use health? How do you use the health button? I don't remember. Q. Come out. Yeah, how do I heal? What button does that?
All targets down.
Ah, thank you. F. And you were not joking, thank goodness. I don't want to decrypt anything. I think it's just above us. Ooh, upgrade kit. Star Wars is the exception. It is a space fantasy. But yeah, the Soviet Star Wars is the exception, like a fantasy in space. But classics like Asimov, Seamus Godless is the Soviet socialist realist. But I agree with you. It has sci-fi has greater achievements than fantasy. Yeah, so my point in my video was that science fiction actually can explore more things as opposed to. But people don't understand what Tolkien was doing, and him and Lewis were the best at fantasy, and hasn't gotten any better than that. Like early science fiction, like Jules Verne, is great. I know Jules Verne was a deist, and so is Michael Crichton, the guy who wrote Jurassic Park. They were both deists, so they weren't atheists. I've heard like Gene Wolfe was a science fiction writer. He was a devout Catholic. All right, where the fudge is his terminal? Oh, I can spend money doing this. Open the door. Oh. I wonder if that's true, that if you shot a fire extinguisher, are they really just explosives? Or would it just like spew out all the stuff from this giant hole instead of the nozzle? Huzzah! Yeah, Christians shouldn't be afraid of science fiction, because I think the problem is that, yeah,
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
Do you plan on making me leave?
Leave? You think I'm gonna let you walk out?
I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
Annaleus would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
What a load of crap. You're here off-duty breaking the law for bribe money.
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
You talk the talk. Let's see if you can walk. Break your legs.
F. Alright. Snipe the asshole. Aw, fuck. You need to get closer. Alright. Let's... Hopefully it wasn't that long ago. Nope.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
No, I'm not. Are you?
I'm Sergeant Kyra Sterling, Ilanis Risk Control Services. Annaleus would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
What a load of crap. You're here off-duty, breaking the law for bribe money.
I have a mission to complete. I did what I had to.
I don't care.
Ooh. How do I get them to go behind cover? For fuck's sake, god damn it. Is there an easy mode? Because I'd be fine doing that if it's just because I hate combat. I don't think anybody likes the combat in this game. Like, how do I make them go behind cover? Like, I have no idea how to actually command my squad. Oh, okay.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
Who are you?
You have me at a disadvantage, miss.
Oh, now you're gonna show some respect? I'm Sergeant Kyra Sterling, Ilanis Risk Control Services. Annaleus would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
What a load of crap. You're here off-duty, breaking the law for bribe money.
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
You talk the talk. Let's see if you can walk after I break your legs.
You must die.
I can't fire. Why isn't it letting me shoot?
Take him down. I'll kill you.
Fuck this game. I hate that. We just died. I'm not playing anymore. Sorry. We'll I'm just not in the mood to keep playing. But we did 2 hours. But thanks for showing up. We'll come back Saturday and get through the combat. Sorry I got mad. I'm not in the mood to actually do fighting today. All right. Thanks for coming up. All right. See ya.